What's going on, my fellow A-Plusters? It is I, your host, as always, Adam Perez, back with a brand new video for you guys as we have a bit of a Power Ranger update for you. As you guys currently know, it is in fact the 30th anniversary of Power Rangers, and Hasbro has lined up for us two fantastic projects that we're certainly looking forward to. The MMPR 30th anniversary special titled Once and Always, along with Power Ranger Cosmic Fury for our 30th season. Now, when it comes to Power Rangers Once and Always, that is in fact set to go ahead and drop first for us with a release date of Netflix on April 19th. So if you haven't marked your calendars yet, if you haven't requested time off for work yet, please go ahead and do so. Once and Always will certainly be here before you know it on April 19th. The reason why we're here today, though, ladies and gentlemen, is because as we inch closer, Netflix has officially dropped for us the official synopsis for what this particular special is going to be about. As you can see just from the synopsis here from Netflix, it's considered a Netflix film. It's going to be clocking in at 55 minutes. If you ask me, I think that's a perfect length of time. Listen, if it's a film, I always would certainly want at least an hour and a half, but considering the fact that when it comes to previous specials and crossover events, we haven't really gotten to 55 minutes in quite some time. I'm ready for them to really sink their teeth into 55 minutes of fantastic content. But when it comes to the synopsis itself, it reads as follows, guys. After tragedy strikes, an unlikely young hero takes her rightful place among the Power Rangers to get her revenge on the team's oldest arch nemesis. The fact that I think it talks about here that a tragedy strikes, this possibly is in fact the death of Trini. Whether or not it's something that is showcased certainly on screen, or when we come into this film, the tragedy has certainly already happened. Who definitely knows? But after tragedy strikes, certainly seems as though there's going to be a mourning period. The Rangers coming together to certainly say farewell to one of their own. And considering the fact that this is truly supposed to be kind of not only a celebration of the 30th anniversary, but a tribute to Tui Trang, who played Trini, who passed away back in 2001. This certainly lines up possibly with the passing of Trini. So after tragedy strikes, an unlikely young hero played by Charlie Kirsch, aka Min, who, as we know so far, is in fact the daughter of Trini, takes her rightful place among the Power Rangers to get revenge on the team's oldest arch nemesis. As we currently know that Robo Rita is supposed to be in this, and I would assume that is in fact the arch nemesis that they're certainly talking about. If they say to get revenge, there is a part of me believes that thus then Rita is possibly the one that wind up killing Trini, or I don't know if it was something that was done individually where she literally went after her, or if it was sort of like in a gigantic battle and scuffle, Trini just happened to pass and die during that particular battle with Rita. So it'll be interesting to see how they certainly handle it. There are definitely some people out there right now, I hear some speculation and some theories that maybe they might bring the real life tragedy of Tui Trang to the screen. I've already seen like at least one photo, I should say, that suggests the idea of maybe a car crash. Again, one of the reasons why I didn't post the photo up here is because, one, it's a little too close to home, if you ask me. And again, it's just a lot of uncertainty, and I'm not trying to necessarily put anything out there in the Power Ranger fandom to certainly get people upset or questioning anything before we actually see the film itself. But just based off of the synopsis, it does look as though tragedy strikes, thus the death of Trini in here. Her daughter, in fact, comes and takes her rightful place along the Power Rangers to get revenge on the person that possibly wind up killing her. So that's kind of the route that I'm kind of taking in here. If there was some sort of natural or accidental death for Trini, that could certainly also be a possibility. Like I could easily see this film starting with Charlie Kirsch as Min waking up in the middle of the morning to an unsettling phone call with some bad news of the tragic passing of her mother, and maybe she goes to seek out the Power Rangers. Who definitely knows? knows? But I do think there's a lot of options that the writing and creative team can certainly tackle here when it comes to the death of Trini. But when they say the word revenge on a team's oldest arch nemesis, it feels like there's certainly something there for Min to want to get back at somebody for the passing or the death of possibly her mom. So I do think that's probably in lines with it. And it should be interesting to see how they definitely pull it off. I don't think Walter and David and the rest of this cast would come back if they felt, the script in any way was disrespectful to Tui Treng's legacy. And so I'm sure that they have talked everything over with the creative team, and whatever the creative team has certainly come up with, I'm definitely assuming Walter and David and them have certainly given the thumbs up. So I'm definitely not worried about it. I'm super excited for this. While I'm very eager for all of the 30th anniversary content that we're getting, my focus truly is on MMPR. It just holds a sacred place in my heart, considering the fact that I grew up with them, and I'm honestly ready to see a lot of these characters return after such a long time. So that is in fact the official synopsis that just released as of today. We also got some other great photo here coming to us from Catherine Sutherland herself over on the IG page, as she's having some fun on set with Walter Jones. Clearly getting an opportunity to see that they're at Rita's castle, their site on the moon looking back at Earth. I saw somebody on Twitter post a caption, "Hey, you can see Angel Grove from here." It made me chuckle. I thought that was pretty funny seeing what Walter was kind of pointing at. But I think this is a really cool shot, getting them to see them on the moon base over at Rita's castle. But so definitely a big fight, or at least a confrontation, is certainly about to go down. But I love seeing them just having a blast on set, honestly. And anytime we get brand new photos or anything like that that certainly comes out, I absolutely love seeing them and sharing them over on our Twitter page, along with our Facebook and Instagram page also, guys. So I'm eager to know what you guys think. Now that you hear the synopsis, what direction do you think that they're going to go? Do you think that this is in fact them trying to get their revenge on Rita for the death of Trini? Certainly go ahead and let me know your guys' thoughts down below. And hopefully as we get closer, we'll get ourselves a poster. Maybe we'll get ourselves hopefully a couple of posters as the marketing promotion certainly continues. We're just a little bit more than a month out, so I got to assume within the next 2 to 3 weeks that we get ourselves some sort of poster or some sort of trailer to really kind of get us even more hyped. And I think for the most part, Netflix is been doing things a pretty good way. I mean, if anything, we wind up getting ourselves the behind the scenes video, I should say, a couple of months ago. Now we've got a synopsis leak in here as well. So the hype train is certainly continuing to build, ladies and gentlemen. But when you see this synopsis, what does it do for your hype level for the Netflix MMPR special? Definitely go ahead and let me know your thoughts. Again, when it comes to the what ifs, what does this photo truly mean in regards to the potential passing of Trini? Again, I necessarily don't want to get into it, because I think all that's certainly going to do is just not only have the fans questioning Hasbro before this has even certainly come out, but it winds up sort of lowering people's expectations for something that may or may not necessarily even be there, right? So we'll see what happens, and we'll see what the context of everything certainly is when this series certainly drops. But I'm certainly looking very, very forward to this particular Netflix film. But yeah, guys, let me know your levels of excitement in the comment section box below, and what do you think of the synopsis. But other than that, guys, that's going to do it for us here. We'll probably maybe talk a little bit about it more this upcoming week on an A+ Hero Report, so certainly join us then, going live on Sunday afternoon for you guys. So we'll certainly see you guys then. But until then, do me a big favor as always. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and keep it A+. May the power protect you. Bye.